even if you block.
I was talking about the onslaught that Bivol had. He was able to let his hands go. He has to make it uncomfortable for Canelo.
But you can see when Bivol throws the 1-2s.
Canelo, like nice right. That right hand right there that does enough work. That landed by Canelo Álvarez, but was it ready? That's exactly the game plan that Canelo. Find an open, coming around the guard, but look, that's what Bivol does so effective. Catch Bivol.
Despite the foreign weight class, the favorite of this mega fight was still Álvarez, which is not surprising given his achievement and brilliant form. However, Bivol was definitely not to be an easy outing.
So Canelo can't start off short and slow because
they want to be unpredictable with
the opponent started this fight without hesitation. Both the Russian and the Mexican attacked brightly with long series of power punches. Another thing is that almost all of them flew into the block because both boxers defended very competently. In the ring, it became apparent how serious Bivol's size advantage was. Dmitry looked noticeably taller and tried to use his long arms and especially his jabs, which boldly, one could say, set the pace of the fight. However, that didn't scare Canelo, who was boldly moving forward and throwing hooks.
Canelo's just down his guards.
Álvarez. There's more of them. Canelo.
Works for him. He's tapping him, trying to find.
And here it should be noted one of the insidious techniques of Álvarez, who, if he fails to break the block of the opponent, begins to pound on the hands of his vis-a-vis, which he did throughout the fight.
Oh, that snuck through, caught the chin a little bit for Canelo.
Whenever Canelo starts loading up, even if you block those shots, they're still going to have an impact.
No, don't push him. And this is what he has to make it uncomfortable for Canelo.
Oh, having such great power. Bivol's used to, considering he's the heavier fighter. Well, Chris, he wanted to.
There's that right hand to the body. That's like that for Canelo. Not many opponents.
The Mexican tried to dominate, but unlike the Russian, he rarely hit. But Bivol's speedy series of punches regularly reached their target. They were not as powerful as his opponents.
They're still having an effect. Range. Maintain that dip.
Yes, sir, too, but he's stepping back with his hands up, which is a good thing. You know, as the last fight, stepping back with his hands down, it wasn't a good.
And that's why Bivol's going to be such.
There was a conversation, Chris, all week long. Decision over Canelo in Vegas.
Watch your head.
Like you can't.
He's going to have a harder time doing it with Beaches as well. Canelo, like I find something going on the left side. He comes around the guard. Bivol coming
tonight, doesn't he?
Absolutely, but I'm wondering when we're going.
After 3 rounds, Dmitry led on the judges' scorecards 29-28, although the stands, which warmly supported Saul and greeted his every punch with ovations, had a different opinion.
This round.
Yes, it is.
Now Canelo.
That landed by Canelo Álvarez, but was it enough to punches right there that leave a lasting impression?
In the 5th round, the fans had to be silent. Bivol clamped his opponent against the ropes and threw hard series of punches, most of which hit Canelo's head. Having worked well on the floor, Dmitry stepped back, even though Álvarez was calling for a fight.
Trying to weather the storm right now in this fight.
Another good jab. And
that I was talking about, the onslaught that Bivol had, he was able to let his hands go past Canelo guard. And even though Canelo is normally slippy on
the Russian generally acted very thoughtfully, completely unemotional. His style was like amateur style at its best. A lot of movement and punches, no focus only on the knockout. Surprisingly, Canelo even lagged behind in speed, While he was throwing out his side kicks, Bivol had time to catch him with hard counterpunches.
To the chest, jab to the...
As sharp as he is.
I see the same thing, and I might even...
Let's take a look at our CompuBox. No.
There you mean at the arm, the left, it's ready. That's exactly the game plan that Canelo...
Do you think this strategy will work against Canelo? His arms, all these different things. Do you think that'll work?
I get that right hook to the body right there. Body of Bivol.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix, who's in the corner of
coming in. Exactly. See, he's blocking every punch. Look,
he's hitting it 4 times in a row. See, Canelo's doing nothing.
No, man.
Canelo Álvarez. Bivol looks much...
Trying to find an opening, coming around the guard, but look, that's what Bivol does so effective. Catch.
You said, hey, this could be tied. Maybe Bivol about around.
In the 8th round, the Russian looked like the confident leader of the fight, although he was not shy to save his strength in defense from time to time.
From throwing, so Canelo doesn't...
Canelo
right hand.
These counters. So Canelo...
And he has risen to the occasion thus far.
I just would like to see Canelo throw more punches. I feel like...
No, so.
There has been concern in that corner the last 3 rounds.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix.
The 9th round was even, which surely allowed the judges to give it to Álvarez. Both boxers slightly slowed down the pace, fearing a slump at the end of the fight.
Defense is good enough for him because he's that strong.
Approval for Álvarez. Who's the favorite as we can rally Canelo here in the 10th?
The 10th round went in the same style, but there again Bivol looked better. It was as if he no longer feared the power of the Mexican, who simply did not understand what to do with the speedy and brilliantly defensive Russian.
My word, 110 to 61.
Looks like the fresher fighter as we're halfway through the 10th round. You to draw in that fight, but Bivol, he looks like he's winning it.
Canelo be doing differently.
I feel like Canelo should be taking it a little bit more serious. It's good to look good defensively.
Where Canelo's heavy feet, I mean, it benefits.
Have more magic in him.
And him obviously coming up in weight class, but Bivol look.
You can ask for Tim Cheatham, Dave Moretti, Steve Weisfeld, who I consider the gold standard.
One man has beaten Canelo Álvarez. That's a great Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight. That's what Bivol is doing right now. He fights someone he wants and always staying in control, not giving up control. And a game plan and technique and a strategy. This Bivol has been doing this entire fight. He fights within himself. He doesn't get out of character.
So here's Bivol chasing down Canelo here in the 12th round. How do you approach it? Can Bivol right hit?
Beautiful jab, not take any more chances. He did exactly the fight.
And that's the way we're seeing the fight, but who knows what the judges...
It became clear to everyone that only a knockout could save Saul. But in the 12th round, he again looked a pale shadow of himself. Dmitry was just beautiful, literally giving his opponent a boxing lesson by chasing the Mexican around the ring, and that was the end of the fight. It was up to the judges, who of course gave the victory by unanimous decision to Bivol.
Canelo Álvarez was may have just beaten the pound for
Dave Moretti and Steve Weisfeld on 13 for your winner, beaten and still the WBA heavyweight Bivol.
His expectations, he should be proud of his performance, and also Canelo should be proud of